Hello and thanks for joining us on TVC News this hour. We begin in the nation's capital, where the National Assembly has passed 28.77 trillion naira, the 2024 Appropriation Bill, into law. The proposed budget was increased by 1.2 trillion from 27.5 billion naira. Earlier, the Senate approved President Tinubu's request for the securitarization of the outstanding debt balance. That's the Ways and Means of 7.38 trillion in the Consolidated Revenue Fund of the Federal Government of Nigeria. The Senate had to suspend its standing rules to begin consideration of President Tinubu's request, dissolves into Committee of the Whole.
Distinguished colleagues, will the Senate confirm the approval of the sum of 7,386,696,034,520 naira 87 kobo as securitization as requested by Mr. President and approved in the Committee of the Whole? Will the Senate confirm this? Those who are in support of the confirmation say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The sum of 7,388,696,034,520 naira 87 kobo is hereby approved for securitization and confirmed.
And for more on this, our correspondent Jesu Adeyi joins me live from the Senate chamber. Good to have you join us on the news at this time. We have been following up with development, and we hear that the Senate has raised the 2024 budget by 1.2 trillion naira. Can you talk to us about what were the grounds for this?
Yes, indeed. The National Assembly has raised the initial budget of 27.5 trillion naira, initially submitted by President Bola Tinubu to them before which was presented before the joint session of the National Assembly. They have raised it to 28.77 trillion. Of course, if you have been following the developments during the budget defense sessions, you would have heard some agencies, ministries, departments, and agencies of government complain majorly about underfunding. Some of them that was a major complaint by some of these ministries, departments, and agencies of government of underfunding. And we have also seen where the Senate itself completely, or the joint committees completely reject some of this budget. I'm talking about the budget of the judiciary. Now, if you recall, there was a certain time where the Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters outrightly rejected the budget for the judiciary because they say it was too paltry, So this is what resulted in the increase that we see now in the figure that has been passed by both chambers of the National Assembly.
I can't hear you clearly. You said there were complaints about underfunding. Now, the bill has been passed. What should we be expecting in the coming days?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
I said, if I hear you clearly, you mentioned the fact that some lawmakers were talking about underfunding, which led to the increase of this budget. What should we be expecting in the coming days?
Well, what we should expect is for this bill, now that the National Assembly has passed it, to be transmitted onto the presidency, where it will also be considered and signed into law. After which, the National Assembly itself will also take up its oversight responsibility to oversight these ministry, departments, and agencies to see how these monies will be utilized and how they will be effectively utilized, and also to ensure that they block any sort of wastages or leakages or whatsoever. So what we will see in the coming days from the lawmakers is effective oversight, as they have promised, because they say they have done their own part. They have met up with their deadline as appealed to them by the president. So they are the buck now rests on the table of the president, to ensure, effective implementation on its part, and also the National Assembly will also ensure effective oversight on its part. That's what we should expect to see in the coming days.
You're live for us at the Senate chambers in Abuja. Thank you for joining us at this time. We turn our attention to the Defense Headquarters as it has dismissed the viral video